Okay, welcome everyone. This is the Pod Management and VOLTHA FCAPS Brigade call for July 13th of 2020. This meeting is being recorded and the recording will be made available on our YouTube channel, so please consider this a public meeting. On the agenda today, first of all, the code freeze has been lifted, so let's make sure to get any outstanding patches in. I'm going to try to work with people during the week to make sure that we get the reviews and we get the merges. I know there's a lot of stuff, particularly from the Infosys team, that is ready. Devmal, you also know that some of your stuff has been waiting for reviews, so I'd like to facilitate that. So as we go through the status reports, let's spend some time talking about what we need to do to get anything merged, if there's anything that's holding up merges, or if it's just a matter of getting reviewers and dealing with all the rebasing that always seems to be necessary. The second point on the list is that brigade meetings are winding down. So tentatively, I'd like to say let's have our final meeting next week, under the assumption that by next week we will have made a lot of progress on getting the outstanding work merged. Again, that's not to say the work isn't important, but just that we'll start to report this work through normal channels, the normal weekly VOLTHA calls, the VOLTHA Slack channel, etc., rather than having a formal brigade for it. Any questions about that? Okay, then let's get on with status reports. So starting with Divya.
Yeah, hi Scott. Last week I updated the document for 906. Please review that document. So I added a reporting feature subsection in the same document.
Okay, great. Yeah, so we need to get this here, the document reviewed. So basically, this is going to be installing a plugin, and the plugin handles the exporting, I assume.
Yeah, means reporting feature and import and export feature.
Okay, great. Yeah, this seems well documented. It'd be good. Yeah, if I can get a chance, I will actually try this out. Yeah, I should. We should ping the. I can do this. I can ping the VOLTHA channel to get people to get their input on this as well.
Okay, sure.
David, have you looked at this at all? This this plugin for exporting data?
I have not.
Okay, yeah. If you could take a look too, yeah. If you and I could have a look this week and give some feedback, that'd be great.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you, Divya. Anything else to discuss?
Yeah, means means I have completed almost all the JIRAs related to logging. One more JIRA is there, that is 907. I was just going through that JIRA today and wanted to discuss with you.
Sure. Understandable from an operator context. That's a big call. Yeah. So what would you like to discuss on it?
So this JIRA means how we are going to implement all those details, and should I come up with a plan and share the document with you guys and you will review it, then I should start working on this JIRA? Or?
Yeah, I think that. Go ahead, David.
Sorry, Scott, this is Girish.
Sure.
I think I was actually discussing this with Divya. So at a high level, if you look at this GR, it is asking for that there is a unique error code of each system error, right? Something like when you cut into kind of production level of system, right? It should be possible to like have a unique error code for each different possible kind of error, right? So it's asking for that kind of implementation. Is it something we should try to aim now, or do you think it's something for future, means probably in the next series? Or
Yeah, I think this story is probably written from the aspect of operationalizing and understanding that support, people will be able to need to report these errors. We'll be able to look them up in a database. So we'll need these error codes. I think probably the first step is to think of what kind of infrastructure we put in place in the code to support this. Do we introduce some error registry someplace, because these all do need to be uniquely identified? Is there some logical way we break up the errors such that you know, VOLTHA Go errors are categorized separately from VOLTHA Open OLT adapter errors? So I think maybe starting with some planning there. Not necessarily that we have to sit down right now and list every single error message, but at least come up with an idea of how we would handle this uniqueness constraint.
Implementing this is going to significantly impact development too, because right now people are just, oh, an error, you know, I was type a string. This is formalizing that error mechanism, which means you can't just say error is new anymore. Right. So there are some significant things here.
Yeah, we may have to probably slightly change the signature of that error logging method as well, right? Somewhere, I think, or probably introduce a different error, right? Way of generating error, right? Maybe it's not logging; it's something else. But are we at a stage you feel that where, because this exercise definitely we need to do, but are we at a stage where code is almost coming to a like stable? We are not looking at any further. Are we looking at any further major changes in the code? No, right? I think we are to some extent right finalized on the code, right? There's no major changes which are planned in the upcoming sprint, right? In terms of,
I think we're still in the phase where there's going to be major changes showing up. So something like the Kafka inner adapter bus, people have talked about removing that and changing it to gRPC. That would be, you know, a major code and architectural change. So I don't think it's the point right now that we should consider the system so stable that it's not going to be seeing disruptive changes in the future.
Okay.
So whatever system you come up with would have to be done in such a way that we assume that someone might want to change log messages in the future, and maybe that log messages might become obsolete. Of course,
and there's a difference between log messages and error messages, right? It goes back to the visibility of who's going to see it. An operator, you know, where do we look at localization, right? Not all log messages require localization because they're going to go back to the development team. But do certain error messages require localization because they will be first noticed by the actual deployment, right? So that could, you know, this could even pull in that concept.
Yeah. So I think that is definitely a good point, that this might only be for the error level or the error and warning levels, not for debug and info. So that would cut down significantly on the amount of changes that need to go in.
Yeah, right. So even warning we should include, right? Error, warning, and I don't know if there are any fatal also. If there are any fatal, we have to include that as well.
Yeah, I think definitely error and warning.
Yep.
Okay. Fine. I think we'll start thinking on this and try to come up with some kind of basic structure, right, which can support this.
Yeah, I would start by surveying and see if Go already has a package that does either localization or error reporting in this manner. I mean, maybe something already exists that we can leverage. I know localization, of course, is a big concern in software development. So I would assume that some support already exists for that, and maybe people have tackled this error reporting in that context.
And localization, when you say, means only as to start with, it would be language, right?
Yeah, it's sort of taking the strings out of the code and making it easier to switch languages.
Yeah.
I think this is still Divya's section. Anything else to discuss, Divya?
Yeah, one more thing is related to OpenOLT agent logs. Currently, EFK is not collecting OpenOLT agent logs, right? Means that question arises during when we gave a demo for dynamic logging. That time people wanted this feature also be implemented. So whom should I contact for this OpenOLT agent related logs, and means how to collect that one?
I would think Girish at Open Networking would be maybe the best contact for that.
Okay.
Girish Gaudra.
Yeah.
Girish. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I would think he would be a good touch point for anything related to the agent. So I assume the agent is that run directly on the OLT? I mean, what is it that makes the agent unique, I guess, is what I'm asking. That it needs special treatment.
No, because EFK is automatically collects all the logs from the Kubernetes containers, right?
Right.
But agent is running separately, right?
Right. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I would think Girish would be a good person to contact about that, and get his opinion on how to go about doing that step interfacing there with the agent, and how to get its logs, and whether he can facilitate anything from his end.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I'll ping him over the Slack.
Sure. Anything else, Divya?
No, that's all from my side.
Okay, let's have Divmalya report.
Yeah, sure. So on my side, I have addressed the review comments on the patch set for the POL 3248, and I'm looking for some more reviews on it.
That was 3248. So that was the one on set ext value.
Yeah.
Starting with the Protos one. So yeah, you had been. Oh, good. Chip left some comments. Version number.
Yeah, it was just the version number. It looks like he went backwards one to not to the dev branch. Real simple things.
Okay, yeah, good catch. So everyone else's comments upstream, particularly from Ken and Kent, those have all been addressed?
Yeah, so particularly for Ken's comment, I need some feedback from him, because for the configuration proto messages, right, I've created a new proto file to keep all those configuration messages there. So I need some second opinion on that one.
And that's this comment here about how Protos, yeah, this seemed to be somewhat of an more open-ended issue. Yeah, if you could get clarification from him on what he would like to see. I mean, again, my expectation was if you're configuring something that ends up going out over the open OLT, then that is something we do expect to be a generic API that will cross multiple adapters. Yeah, I guess I don't fully understand his objection. Do you know, David?
No.
I mean,
I think,
I understand what's in his mind, that he wants things to be general and not specific, but I think to an extent we have to assume some of these alarms are sufficiently general, and we expect adapters to implement them.
Is he just asking if alarms and events can be unified? I guess I'm looking at the second paragraph. And configure this via the existing event mechanism as opposed to create a new event system?
I mean, what I understand here is if we support another adapter, then we might have to import the OpenOLT's related stuff in that adapter as well.
Yeah, I mean, part of this is just the name conflict between events and alarms, and collapsing those down. Yeah, let's try to maybe open up a discussion with Ken on Slack and see if we can get this resolved. I mean, it's hard for us to discuss it here without him. But yeah, we'll get him involved in Slack and see if we can reach a conclusion. You know, if the point is just about collapsing event and alarm together, I think that makes sense because we kind of consider alarms to be a special case of events. Yeah, we'll try to resolve that over Slack because it'd be nice to at least close on these protos. Yeah, we'll try to make progress on this, and if we need to elevate it up to one of the VOLTHA calls, we can do that, and then try to get a quick resolution during the call, because it is a proto buff. It is an interfacing thing, so it should be possible to get a quick resolution on what people think the protocol should be.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything else to report, Devmalya?
No, nothing else.
Okay, how about Rohan?
Yeah, hi Scott. So last week I submitted that patch for 2570, which was for making SKU configurable. So I got few comments on that. So yeah,
What number was that?
2570.
2570.
Yeah, so I got few comments on some of the patches, so I have updated them today. Just I think. So I think I would need further reviews on this one.
Okay, yeah, we will see
Yeah.
about getting those reviews.
Yeah. And also 3187, which was passing context down the VOLTHA Go code and OF agent, that is also merged last week, I think. So
Okay,
this
great.
one patch is, yeah, this one patch is there. I've submitted today. It's like just a minor fix, which was left out.
That's this one here about the background
Yeah.
context. Sure.
Yeah. So this one needs to merge, and I'm currently working on 3070, which is for passing down, just for doing open tracing span in VOLTHA Go code base.
3070. Modify the northbound API to inject. Okay, so this is just introducing the spans when the RPCs
Yes.
enter the system. Okay, sounds good.
Yes. Yeah.
And there will be no API change, so we can respond to Saurav's comment that this doesn't actually cause an API change. This is just
Yeah, it won't cause actually. Yeah.
yeah, it's just introducing code at the top, but it's not actually changing the API itself. Yeah, let me Volt 3070. I'll make a note to let Saurav know that we're not actually going to change those APIs. Okay, Rohan, anything else to discuss?
No, that's it from my side.
Okay, Girish, would you like to do your status?
Yeah, yes, Scott. I actually have two JIRAs in progress. One is 3142. There are multiple patches on that. So there are two patches which are related to small code fix, right? Which have gone into VOLTHA libgo, and so two of them you see which are for the bug fix, which are actually destined for VOLTHA 2.4.
Could you repeat that?
So there's some of the bug fixes which have gone into. So actually, this 3142 was about introducing modifying your. It was about actually introducing the basic code into VOLTHA libgo for supporting span creation. So, but there was a bug fix which also went in because there was a small issue in the previous version of changes which we did for log correlation, which was causing the dynamic logging problem. So that bug fix you would have seen, right? I think it has gone into VOLTHA libgo last week, as well as
Yeah.
all the right. So there's only one part of it is pending. It is in VOLTHA hem chart. Look at this one, right?
Yeah, this is just updating all of the versions for the components you just released.
Yes, right. So this actually has to go into 2.4. So I'm not sure what is the status on 2.4. How? So I think would request, I think if this can be reviewed and merged, because once this merges, the corresponding kind VOLTHA patch would start working, because kind VOLTHA release file is pointing to this updated chart version.
Right, got it. Yeah, this looks straightforward enough to me. You're just you're updating the versions to match the latest, to match the other patches you submitted last week.
Right.
Yeah, I can give this one my +1 right now.
Yeah, please have a look. I think if we can go in, the rest of the patches, I think also need some, I think reviews. But yeah, but this is slightly urgent, so it gets included in 2.4.
Right, these ones down here, these are active too, and will need a rebase.
Yes, yeah. So I'm doing that, I think now.
Okay,
I've just
so
done the rebase of VOLTHA Go and libgo,
okay.
and others I will do.
So yeah, I'm looking. I think I've previously reviewed all of these.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we just
So
need to
most
get
of
those.
them had +2.
Yeah, rebased, and then we can just start submitting these. Is there a reason why they're not passing verification? Is it because they need the Helm charts before they'll pass?
Not really. I think there is a change in the signature one method in VOLTHA libgo.
Right,
So
but we got that. We got that VOLTHA libgo patch, or we haven't had that one merged, or have we?
No, not yet. Not yet. I just rebased it again.
So that would be this one here needs to go in first.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Let's. I'll make a note. Yeah,
I also didn't, I think, push for it because I think finalized. I think agreed that we don't want to touch the code, right? So I mean, it is just near the release, so.
Yeah. So we'll get reviews together on this. I think I remember testing all of these patches together prior to the release, and they did. I didn't have any issues with them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll try to get reviews on these and then try to get these merged and in.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'm looking here. So VOLTHA Helm charts. Are there two? There are two different patches. Oh, okay. This is
it's a
for VOLTHA.
rebased.
Yeah.
It's not rebased, rather cherry picked. Yeah, the 2.4.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Okay. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, we'll make some progress on this because this is a big assortment of patches that we'd like to get in.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Girish.
Thanks. Yeah, I continued that working on that Kafka related changes. So there's another patch I pushed in 3197. I think it was done yesterday or Friday, and I tested it further. Looks good to me. Okay. But I've just put in work in progress, but it looks good to me. I've tested it further on Friday and today. So just basically introducing it is having changes to propagate span across Kafka.
Right. Yeah. So is this this is just adding an additional argument to the RPC as it goes across?
Yeah. And on other side, we are just unmarshalling and extracting then and populating the context again. So
does this patch complete getting across the bus in the request direction? Will you need to introduce any other patches for 3197, or is it all wrapped up in this one patch that gets it across that bus?
No, I think it is just one. So
okay, good.
In terms of this patch, is it tested, or does it work if the sender doesn't send the span? such that when you're unparsing or unmarshalling on the receiver side, he may or may not get a span, right?
Yes, it works.
Okay.
For example, open ONU adapter is not sending, right?
Yep. All right, cool. Thanks.
So and also I'm handling the inter-adapter message as slightly different. So the span name which appears on the other side is slightly different. So I am in case of inter-adapter message, I'm going to the next level to get the message type and using that to create the span name.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll take a look at it. Anything else, Girish?
No, that's all I think. So.
Okay, great. Yeah, it seems like this span stuff is coming along well. I know this is a major feature that people have been looking forward. So once we do get it all in, it'll be nice. Nice if we could do a demo perhaps on one of the VOLTHA calls.
Yeah, I think yeah, definitely. I also need to do a lot of documentation also. Once
Oh yeah, definitely.
Finally.
Anything else to discuss, Girish?
No, that is all I think. Thanks.
Okay, I think next up would be Neha.
Yeah, hi. Hi, Scott. Last week I was working on log correlation related JIRAs, which is 3196 and 3141. And we'll be most probably pushing the 3196 changes first, which are propagating the span over gRPC.
That was 3196?
3196.
Why didn't I get anything on that? Have you submitted them?
Yeah. No, not yet.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, okay, now it came. So we'll be submitting it first. Then 3141, after that we'll be submitting after 31 that Girish patch. So we'll be submitting that 3141 also.
Yeah. You also
So
had
we are
some
testing these changes.
Yeah, you also had some stuff that was outstanding, needed to be merged on combining host names and ports, right?
Yes. It is the 3261.
Yeah, 3261.
Yes, the changes are in kind VOLTHA and hem charts. Kind VOLTHA, there was a merge conflict. I resolved the merge conflict for kind VOLTHA. For hem charts, I will resolve it now. And then they can be reviewed. These are the changes for concatenating them in kind VOLTHA and hem charts only.
Okay, right. And this is the one where the patches all needed to go in together to pass. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. Because
okay.
Both are dependent. So they will be failing. Jenkins will be failing for them both.
Okay, good. Yeah. So we'll want someone, perhaps myself, to manually try those out prior to overriding Jenkins. Then we'll override Jenkins. But it seems like we had received +1s on them before.
Yeah.
So I don't expect it'll be hard to get them approved.
But I will resolve the merge conflict now first.
Great.
Then for 3069, both the paths had got merged, but there was some minor fix, that context related change. So I have pushed that fix. Kent has given +1, so hope that also goes in now. So the 3069 will get closed.
Sure, that sounds good. Yeah, this one here, this looks pretty straightforward. Yeah, I remember Kent talking about these contexts with using the background before. Yeah, I'll give this one a review when I get a chance, and I would think we could get this one in pretty quickly. Anything else to bring up, Neha?
No, that's it.
Okay, great. I think I've covered everyone. Is there anyone else who would like to discuss any points this week? Okay, well, I would like to thank everyone. We'll keep in touch over Slack. We will tentatively, let's plan on having our final brigade meeting next week, where we will declare success on all of the stuff that we got merged this week, and also talk about any other steps about transitioning to reporting through normal channels, and we'll have our sort of shutdown for the formal brigade. It's been great working with everyone, and really looking forward to these new features. I think these are coming along well. So I will.
Scott, just one point. I think, do you feel, I think extending it further by 1 week would be good enough? Would that be okay?
Yeah, one more week would be fine.
Yeah, so let's do it, I think, until the end of this month. That was the last week, right? And then we can probably set it off. Would that be okay?
Yeah, end of July. That's fine. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, so a couple more meetings. That'll be great.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys, and we'll all talk on Monday again.
Okay, bye.
Bye, everyone.
Okay, sure.
Yes.